Hello there and welcome back to Pallegney. So what do we have to get done this month? I think the main task for this month is to get our French fries sold and possibly the potato products that reach their premium in July. If they reach their peak early, we can also look at selling those. And then with the money from that, I'm going to be buying a new vehicle shed because we're starting to amass quite the collection of implements, as you can see ahead of us here. And we could use somewhere additional to store them. So we'll have to think about where we're going to put that. And then we're going to buy a jet wash and clean some of our tools. So with that said, let's first start by checking our animals. So if we go down, take a look at our chickens. They're using quite a lot of food, so we're probably going to have to feed them this month. So that'll be the first task on the list. We'll feed our chickens. And if we look at our goats, they're doing just fine for now. And what I think I might do is I might buy those female, I think it's the Bentheim sheep, that are 8 months old. And then in 5 months, if we go to our VIP orders, so our barley's going to be ready next month, so we can sell that at St. Frere Mills to fulfill this part of the VIP order. And then the sugar beet will be ready in October. And if we buy these female Bentheim sheep now, we will tick over to level 5 in October. And then in November, the Bentheim sheep we buy now will tick over to 13 months. And they will be automatically sold. And then we can also sell the red beet and the oats. So let's first start by going into our animal dealer and picking up those Bentheim, female Bentheim sheep. Let's buy them. Okay, what I might do is sell these male stone goats. Yeah, let's get rid of these ones. Just make a little bit of that 4,000 back that we've just spent. We'll sell this older stone goat as well. Alright, so let's move on to our potato products. Let's check the prices. Our French fries, 3096 at the City of Epinal, 3116 at the Farmer Wholesale, so they're definitely above their premium price, so they can be offloaded this month. And the other two, I believe, were potato pancakes, premium price in July. They're not quite at their premium price yet, 3300 versus their current 3100. And then potato salad, 6357, 6518, 6798, so they'll both be waiting until next month. So it's just the French fries that we're going to be selling this month. So let's do our usual whip over the fence. Very enthusiastic whip this morning. And let's get our French fries out of storage. There we go. 35 pallets of French fries to load up. Now I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. I'm going to back the trailer into here and hopefully that will just push these pallets out of the way. You didn't see a thing. There we go. Let's get these loaded up and I will come back to you once we've made some progress. Okay, so we are fully stacked on this trailer with 35 pallets of French fries, and they look incredibly ridiculous, but I just wanted to prove that I could do it, so that's exactly what I did. I'm going to secure them down before they decide to make a run for it, and I'm going to somehow try and get this trailer over to the Farmer Wholesale. I hope the Farmer Wholesale has a very big forklift to help unload these. Okay, let's go. So I'm not going to be traveling any faster than about 10 kilometers an hour, because I'm sure that with any kind of incline, these are going to fall just like that. Wow, look at that tire there. It's really pushing the limits of what this can handle. Okay, over to the Farmer Wholesale. I really am not confident that we're going to get there without losing some or all of this load, but we will see. Taking it incredibly slowly, especially over this little bumpy bit as we exit the farm. Okay, looks like we made it off the farm, so that's a good start. Let's see if we can make it all the way to the Farmer Wholesale. Okay, 2 turns left to go, and these turns are both right-hand turns, and our trailer is definitely heavier on the left-hand side than it is on the right, because it's stacked higher. So I'm going to take as wide a swing as I can at this, and make the turn as gentle as possible. And this is going to be an interesting one because it's also on a slope. Looks like we're going to get there. Alright, let's get these French fries sold off, and we'll see how much we get. Okay, that's not bad at all. So almost 90,000 euros, and we finally have some money again. So let's get back over to our farm and let's look at purchasing these new toys that we were talking about. That'll go really nicely just there, but I feel like we just have too many tools for something that small. I ideally want to future-proof ourselves at least a little bit. Looking at this one, this looks like it might be a good candidate, but it's just a little large and cumbersome for that area, unless we just kind of have it here. I mean, that wouldn't be too bad if we just had it there. So I ended up going with this. It was quick, cheap and dirty, and now we can park our tools away in it. So I will put my chainsaw away. Don't know why I got that out. I'm sure the sheep and goats were absolutely terrified for a moment there. Anyways, let's get some of these tools parked away nice and neatly, and then we can move on to July. Oh, in fact, I was going to buy the jet wash, wasn't I? Let's buy the jet wash, because buying things is fun. Okay, so we have placed most of our tools away. I was having a real hard time maneuvering the power harrow with the small tractor. It's just a little too heavy, even with a counterweight on the front. The small tractor was still having trouble shifting it around. So I'm just grabbing my big tractor out of the bale shed just to put this away nice and neatly, and I've got the perfect place for it. It's just going to sit on the end here so that it's easy to grab when I need to use it. Also washed my small tractor with the power wash, and I very selfishly didn't show that to you, so I will redeem myself by washing the big tractor right now with it. So get our power wash out, and let's clean down our big tractor for the first time since the start of the game. It's only been about 6 years. There we go. And I believe that we almost have a shiny new tractor again. There we go. Nice and shiny, just like it was new. Okay, so this is our new implement shed. Looking very shiny, and our farm is much tidier as a result. So I think what I'm going to do now is skip through to July and maybe see what we can start harvesting. Okay, so we are back. It's July, and I can see that at least one of our barley fields is ready, which means the other one's very likely ready too, because we planted them both in the same month. I did feed the chickens in between sleeping because I realized that they needed doing, and I forgot to do them at the beginning of yesterday like I said I would. Doesn't the front of our farmhouse look nice without all those implements in the way now? Look at them sitting there all nice and neatly arranged in the shed. Just perfect. Okay, let's see exactly what we have to do this month. Take a look at our fields. So if we look at if we turn on this, we look at growth. So we have our 2 barley fields to harvest, which is fantastic. And we have our grass field to mow. So what I think I might do is start harvesting the barley fields with the harvester, and then I think I might mow the grass with our big tractor, and I'll put the small tractor on trailer duties. Seems like a good plan. So let's do our usual whip over the fence and jump in our harvester. Okay, so as usual, I will go around the headland and not forgetting to enable the straw swath, because we of course want all that juicy straw to pulverize into pellets to make us some extra money come winter time. And I think we're going to have a very decent yield of pellets this season. We already have 18 from last season's straw, and this season we're going to have a lot more straw because we have this field of barley plus the additional field of barley plus the really big field of oats. So we are going to have a lot of straw bales to make into pellets over the next few months. We're going to make an absolute mountain of money just from our straw pellets. And in addition to that, once I've been around the headland here, I'm going to set this loose on a worker, and I'm going to mow the grass in the field behind us once more. And I would imagine I'm probably going to get at least 2 more additional cuts, because if I cut it in July, it'll be ready in September, and then it'll be ready in November again. So that's an additional 13 bales per time. That's going to be a lot of bales. So we're going to make an absolute mountain of money this year, and that will give us options to do, well, whatever we want really. I don't really know what I'm going to do with the money. Obviously, our goal for this series is to complete all the VIP orders. So yeah, we'll see what we can do to facilitate that. Maybe build an extra sheep pen, because I know one of the later VIP orders requires 110 sheep. So maybe that can be what we do with some of the money. But as for the rest of it, I really don't know at this point. We'll figure it out together. Okay, so our artificially intelligent friend is making great progress on the first barley field. In the meantime, I have completely mowed our grass field, and what I'm going to do very quickly is just switch out the big and little tractor, because it just makes sense for the small tractor to use the tedder to dry the grass field and for the big tractor to pull the trailer, because it does get pretty heavy and the small tractor struggles with it. So just switching these two out here, I will just switch over to the big tractor, connect up the trailer, and what I will do before I start tedding the grass is just drive alongside our artificially intelligent friend, because their grain tank is almost full, and then we can get them emptied out, and then they can continue without interruption. So I will continue with this and the grass drying, harvesting the other barley field, and I will rejoin you again in a bit. Okay, so we have been around the headland of the second field here, and just emptying the harvester into the trailer, because one lap of the headland was approximately one full harvester load. So we've got a very good haul from our first field, about 46,000 litres I think, and I think we're going to get at least 30 to 35,000 litres out of this field, but we will see the final number very shortly. In the meantime, I've sent our big tractor back to the farm with the tedder. Once this harvester is empty, I'm going to quickly just shift the small tractor out of the way. I'm going to put it on the grass over here. If it will move, it's very hard to move when it's full. Okay, and then I'm going to set a worker loose on the harvester, and then we'll go over to the big tractor and we'll switch out the tedder for our funky little bale train, and we will go over to, let's see, what shall we do? We'll go over to the grass field and start windrowing and baling the hay. And we can also windrow and bale the straw with the same bale train, so it looks like we can make ourselves useful in the two fields, the one that's been cut, the one that's been mowed, while our harvester takes care of the barley in the third field. So let's get back to it. Okay, so we've collected the bales from the grass field. I'm not sure how many we got in total. Didn't seem to be the 13 that we got a couple of chops ago. I'm not quite sure why, but it seems that we're only getting 7 to 8 bales from that field, which is fine. 7 to 8 bales per cut is okay, even though we won't make as much money from the hay pellets. We're still going to make plenty. So I'm just going down here now, this last little row of barley that the AI worker missed, then that will make us complete for both of our barley fields, and then we can look at collecting up the straw in these 2 fields, and this is going to bring us in a considerable amount of straw bales, and then throughout summer, if we have time, we can start looking at pulverizing them. And let's take stock of how much barley we have. So 85,000 litres in total. And I think what I'm going to do, if we look at our VIP order, so it's barley and sugar beet. I'm going to wait until sugar beet season to sell the barley, because I'll be able to get a little more money for it. Yeah, sugar beet is October, and if we look at the prices of barley in October, what is it now? It's 468 now, and come October we'll get around 550 for it. So I think that's worth waiting for. Let's go into the repair shop, get our tractor and baler repaired. Okay, so the baler, $5,000 repair job, tractor, $10,500 repair job. But now they're nice and new and shiny again. If there is a yield penalty of having a baler in disrepair, that will now be gone completely. And also our tractor will be able to pull the bale train at full speed. So let's head back over to the farm and we'll reconnect our bale train and we can start on baling the straw for the barley field. So 32 straw bales just from our 2 barley fields. And not forgetting we still have our oat field next month, so that's going to yield us a whole lot more. I would imagine it's going to be around 25. Our potato products should be at their premium price, and if they are, I'm going to sell them. Yeah, so Farmer Wholesale 7,000 for our potato salad, and 3327 at City of Apino. That's not enough of a difference, so I'm going to take my potato salad and potato pancakes over to the Farmer Wholesale. I realise that's going to make this episode quite long, So I'll try and get through it as quickly as I can. So where are we? Potato pancakes and potato salad. So another 29 pallets of things to sell here. So I'll also unload the potato processing just to grab any extras we might have in there. And I'll see you once we're loaded up and ready to sell. Okay, so we have loaded up 14,000 litres of potato pancakes and 10,500 litres of potato salad. We're stacked 5 high again, so a very careful trip over to the farmer wholesale is in order, and we'll get these sold off. Just after I started loading these, I also had a notification saying that there's great demand at the pallet sell point, and I took a look at the prices, and straw bales are currently fetching well over their highest maximum price, so I think I might also load those up and sell them as well. If I do decide to do that, I'll just do a cut and show you the income, because otherwise this episode is going to be edging into the 40-50 minute range, and I don't want that, and it's also not interesting for you to just watch me loading pallets onto trailers. Alright, let's see how much we get for them. So we currently have 60,000 euros. And now we have 197,000 euros. So 137,000 euros from our potato products. Very happy with that. We have a whole mountain of starch to sell come December. We're going to have a whole mountain of paprika chips to sell come October. And now I'm going to go back to the farm. I'm going to unload the straw pellet pallets, and we're going to get those sold off as well. So I will cut to when they're all loaded on the trailer, and I'm ready to go over to the sell point, and I will see you there. I've definitely learned my lesson this time. Pallets aren't going into storage ever again. So let's get our first batch sold off, 26,000 litres of straw pellets, and let's just make sure they are still in demand. Yep, you can see there, straw pellets at the pallet sell point, currently 723. So let's get these sold off and see how much we make, and then we have one more batch to go. So that's the first pallet, 4,000 euros, almost 5,000 euros, and then there we go. Another 65,000 euros there. So let's go back to the storage and get the rest of the pallets loaded up, and we'll get them sold as well. And then we can finally call it a day for July. Okay, so this second load of pallets proves to be a little easier than the first. Managed to get them loaded up without too much of a mishap, so let's get them strapped in. And over to the sell point. 7 more pallets of straw pellets on their way. Can I squeeze around here? Of course not, because that would just be far too easy, wouldn't it? Let's get this tractor out of the way. Okay. over to the sell point one final time. You can see our forklift is smoking like crazy. Its maintenance is really low, so we need to take care of that. We'll do that next month. In fact, I might just do it off camera. Okay, so another 5,000 there. And another 30,000, so another 35,000. 100,000 in total off of our 20 pallets of straw pellets, and I think that puts us in a good position for next month. We still have all of our bales to collect off of the fields, and we have a lot of potential income still to come this year. So with that said, I will leave it here for this episode. Thank you as always for watching. Hope you're enjoying following along, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Until then, bye for now.